गुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेशे गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। नमो ब्रह्माण्डदेवाय गौब्राह्मण हिताय च जगद्धिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरे प्रिये। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय हो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
Shri Radha Govinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So we move on to the second chapter. So anybody remembers what happened yesterday? So chapter 2, it opens with helplessness. Arjuna is completely helpless and he is in the battle of Kurukshetra, middle of Kurukshetra is completely helpless, and our beloved Lord Sri Krishna, his advice is going to come in soon, in the second chapter, from where, Lord Krishna is going to drive home the point that each one of us, we have to perform our respective karma. He's going to tell in this. This is called Gita Saramsha, because in a nutshell, the whole Bhagavad Gita, if you hear chapter 2, it's everything is in here. It covers everything, kind of, So it will lead us to, he says that if we do our respective karmas, it will lead us to our ultimate salvation, And he who discards his action, his swadharma, the dharma that we have to do, then he will have to pay a huge penalty, he has to pay in form of what? You have to stay here in bondage, in this material bondage, and you will be tied by your actions. So he says you will remain in this cycle of birth and death, in this shackles of birth and death. So chapter 2, actually, if you want to ask me, what does it talk about? What is chapter 2 talk about? Very important point. One is, it is going to talk about soul, Jivatma, individual soul. Then it is going to talk about dharma. What is dharma? It is going to talk about what is our karma. And then how to be sthita prajna. Sthita prajna means completely balanced. So these 4 points will be covered in chapter 2. What about it? Soul, our individual soul, its nature, how it exists. Number 2, our dharma. What is our dharma actually? What is our karma? What should we do? And sthita prajna means you should be completely balanced. So Lord Sri Krishna here, Supreme Personality of Godhead, is going to convey to Arjuna that despite having fought and won so many battles, why is his mind so weak now? Why, he is asking? Because it's inability to discriminate between right and wrong. He's not able to discriminate. He's confused. Yes, we are all bound by our, blood relations. It happens. They say, right, in English, blood is thicker than water. So many of us, at all costs, we want to protect our relatives. We want to protect our kith and kin. Our son may have done something wrong. If he has to go to jail, we do feel bad. We do feel, it pains our heart. But happy and fortunate are those who have this discriminatory power to distinguish between what is right and what is wrong, to identify the truth. Our soul, at the time of departure, when we are leaving this body, it only changes the physical structure. That is what Lord Krishna tells us, right? Whenever it is time, we don't know when it is. So every minute you should think, this is my last day. If I am this many years old, I am this many years near to my death. We do not know when, right? According to our karmic ability, properties, whatever, we have to be very careful. That is why, because we don't know when our last time is. Anything can happen anytime. So we should be careful in our conduct for our journey. It will never end. We will leave this body, but our soul will carry all our karmas with us. That is what is going to go on with us. So we have to be very careful about it. If we need a fine line in future, our deeds have to be impeccable, means very clear. Our thoughts, actions, everything should be very pious, pure. We should perform all our actions as prescribed by Shastras, the scriptures, and we have to surrender completely to Krishna's will and grace, right? So Lord is conveying in this chapter that our duty should be, we should be free from attachment. Don't get attached to anything. Yesterday we discussed attachment and affection. Remember? Dhritarashtra, attachment. Vidura, affection. So Arjuna wanted Lord Krishna here in this chapter to explain to him various qualities of a person who is composed at all times. We also want to be composed at all times, right? He wants to be in full equilibrium, like completely steady at every stage of his life. So he's asking Krishna. In this chapter, he will greatly emphasize on this importance of each one of us, understanding the nature of our soul, how is performing all the actions, and we should surrender. He's going to talk about surrender. Then he will talk about practice equanimity, means sthita prajna. At all times, even in the times of chaos, confusion, there will be a lot of disturbance in your life. How to remain balanced. This chapter will tell us how to put it in practice also. So Krishna's solutions to Arjuna's objection. So Arjuna did not want to fight. Why? He was having very much lot of compassion for all his relatives. Krishna answers, we are not this body. Then he says, there won't be enjoyment. Everybody will die. What's the point? He says, you fight, you will win, you will go to heaven. You will lose, you will still, because you are a Kshatriya, you have done your duty, you'll go to heaven. If you win, you will get the kingdom also. Fear of sinful activities. He was scared that he will do something sinful. He says anything done in devotional status activity, it's not sin. Then he says, what about the family tradition? It will get destroyed. He said, you have to be a role model to prevent Varna Sankara. You should not. Then he says, I can't decide, Krishna, you have to tell me. Then he says, serve the Lord, surrender, and I will tell you. Because he was confused between Kula Dharma or Kshatriya Dharma. What should I do? So if we let go and let the God do, then it will be fine. If I let go, let God do. If I don't let go, what will happen? I will be frustrated. I don't let go, I will be frustrated. But if I let go, what will happen? I will let the God inside me, let the God decide. I will be reassured. So that is what it happens. Now let's see. Anybody remembers what are the 5 reasons which Arjuna gave for not fighting? Quickly. Anything that you remember? Quick to tell me.
Compassion.
Yes, compassion. Quick. Then?
Sin.
Yes. Family values. Yes. Quick.
Enjoyment.
No enjoyment. Very good. More. So no enjoyment, compassion, sin, family tradition, and you missed it, indecision. Yes. So this is what, anybody remembers any conch shell names of anyone? Quick. Any name that you remember?
Devdat.
Very good.
Panchajanya.
Very good.
Poundra.
You are all good students. Sughosha, yes, Panchajanya, Sughosha, Devadatta, Panchajanyam Rishikesho, Devadattam Dhananjaya, Poundram Dadmo Mahashankam Bhima Karma Vrukodaraha, Ananta Vijayam Raja Kunti Putro Yudhishthiraha Nakulah Sahadevascha Sughosha Mani Pushpakau. Sughosha and Mani Pushpaka. Pondram, Arun, you forgot Pondram. Panchajanya, yes, correct. Anyone remembers 9 reasons why Arjuna may win the war? Pandavas may win the war. Quick, 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 quick. Anyone remembers why they may win the war? For sure.
Dharma.
They have
Complete
Krishna on their
surrender to
side.
Krishna.
Yes, Krishna,
Chariot.
very good.
Blowing of the conch. Blowing of the
Flag.
conch.
Yes, conch sound,
Lakshmi
yes.
Mata.
Then
The flag of Hanuman.
flag of Hanuman, very good.
Kapidwaja.
Kapidwaja, very good. Flag of Hanuman is Kapidwaja, very good.
Hmm.
Gandiva, yes, very good.
Gandiva.
And the chariot.
And
Chariot.
chariot, divine chariot,
Chariot.
very good.
Yes.
Oh my God, you're all so great. Then, Mokshada Ekadashi. Yeah, chariot was given by, yes. Then,
And also the holy place, Kurukshetra.
holy place, Kurukshetra. Then, goddess Lakshmi there.
Dharma
And of
Kshetra.
course, Lord Krishna was there. Very good. Excellent, excellent. Arjuna was asked to fight with his own guru and grandfather. Has anybody in history has made the sacrifice like that? Anybody? Do you remember? He was asked to fight his own guru and grandfather. Anybody did that? Like that sacrifice? You remember any name? Yes? If you don't know, you can say no, it's okay
Ma'am,
to.
Drupad and
Anybody made sacrifice like who was asked to fight his own guru? Arjuna, Karan, okay. Yeah.
Bhishma.
Sorry?
Bhishma.
Bhishma.
He'll fight.
Ma'am, Drupad.
Drupad. Okay, I'll tell you. Prahalad.
Any clue, please?
Prahalad Maharaj, he had to, fight his own father, right? So he was going against his own dad. Then Harshvas
Hiranyakashipu.
and Bahula, sorry?
No, Hiranyakashipu.
Hiranyakashipu, yes, correct. So, Harshvas and Bahulavas, they disobeyed their father Daksh. And on Narada's advice, they went for tapasya. They did not want to. Then Chatur Kumaras, Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatana, Sanat Kumara, Brahma told them, I'm giving, sequence of creation. You have to start. They said, no. We don't want to. We want to remain with pure qualities. We don't want to get into this material entanglement. We don't want to do anything to do with material creation. Sorry, we don't want to remain brahmacharis. They said, no, we are not going to. So Brahma became very angry. They went against. Then Vibhishana, he went against his brother. Then Bali Maharaj, he is known for his sacrifice. Shukracharya is guru. He told Mahavishnu is testing you. Don't say yes to anything. He did not even listen to his guru, right? He understood Lord has come in form. Now I will be delivered. There are so many, Yagnik Patnis, Brahmana Patnis, they went to the forest giving up everything for Krishna. So there are so many. Yes.
We
Okay.
can consider even Sugriva and Vali in this.
Sugriva and Bali also. Yes, true. Correct. Very nice, Prabhuji. Very nice. Let's start. Sanjaya Uvacha Tam Tatha Kripaya Vishtam Ashrupurna Kulekshanam Vishidantamidam Vakyam Uvacha Madhusudanaha.
Sanjay said, seeing Arjun full of compassion, his mind depressed, his eyes full of tears, Madhusudan Krishna spoke the following words.
Okay, so the first shloka, Arjuna, what is he doing? He is seeing Bhishma and Dronacharya in front of him. Feels very sad. He is in anguish. He says, Krishna, it's better to beg and live my life rather than kill my elders and guru. Krishna, I don't want to fight. On hearing this, who is the happiest person here? Can you tell me? Who is happy?
Duryodhana.
Arjuna doesn't want to fight.
Dhritarashtra.
Dhritarashtra. Yeah. He now thinks, oh, wow, great. I can be rest assured now. He won't fight. He will go away to the forest and the kingdom will still be under my control. But now, all is Brahm, all his, whatever is illusion, delusion, everything is going to break. Toot jayega. Kaise? How? This shloka is telling. Sanjay said, Arjuna, who is in the chariot, is full of compassion and, his eyes are full of tears. He's completely emotional. And Dhritarashtra comes in tension. Now, oh my God. Uvacha Madhusudana. Madhusudana is who? Krishna, who killed the demon Madhu. That is why he is Madhusudana. So, oh my God, what is Krishna going to say? Whenever Krishna comes into the scene, Dhritarashtra's BP rises, his illusion. He thinks, oh my God, kingdom being mine is getting shattered now. My dreams are getting shattered. So this is how Arjuna was putting his hand on his head and crying. So let's see. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Utasva Kashmalamidam Vishame Samupasthitam Anarya Jushtamaswargyam Akirtikaram Arjuna.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear Arjun, how have these impurities come upon you? They are not all at all befitting a man who knows the value of life. They led not to higher planets but to infamy.
When does Lord Krishna begin to instruct Arjuna? He starts only to instruct Arjuna only when Arjuna surrendered to Krishna as a disciple. Till then he was quiet. Being very intelligent, Arjuna could understand that his affection for family members, his desire, his wish to protect them from death were the causes of confusion, because he was having so much of affection for them. He is asking Krishna, Supreme Spiritual Master, please make a definite solution for me. Please tell me. And he offers himself to Krishna as a disciple. The moment he surrenders, stop. All the friendly talks stop. Now the talks are between master and disciple. It's serious. And now Arjuna wants to talk very seriously before his spiritual master, because he has surrendered to Krishna. So Krishna says, okay, remember Arjuna, you may get a bad name, if you're a good student, or you say you are a good reciter, or you're a very good team player, and suddenly what happens, you become nervous. Sometimes it happens, right? Even in the job interview or something. What will your elders say to you or teachers say to you when you are not able to do it? They say, hey, listen, don't back out now. Otherwise you will lose face. What will people say? Come on. So Krishna is also telling Arjuna like that. Said, come on, Akirti Karam Arjuna. It will become Akirti. You will become, infamy. Don't do that. So what is the life lesson that we learn from this? One loses the ability to discriminate between right and wrong, because due to attachment. The moment we have attachment, we lose the discrimination. That is what we learn from Bhagavad Gita here. Arjuna now surrenders to Krishna. Pranjal, would you read, please?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. Karpanya doshopahatah svabhavah pritchami tvam dharma sammudha yat shreyasyan nishchitam bruhitan me shishyasteham chadimam tvam prapannam.
Now I'm confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of miserly weakness.
Miserly weakness.
In this condition, I'm asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me.
How can we be similarly surrendered to Krishna, in our lives? It's a very, very important shloka of Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, 2.7. You may learn this one. So it's a turning point of Bhagavad Gita, actually, because Krishna's sermon, his Upadesh, it starts after this shloka, which is said by Arjuna, because Arjuna is completely surrendering to Lord Krishna over here. He actually, what has happened? He forgot his duty. What was his duty? Who is he? He's a Kshatriya. He's forgetting his duty as a Kshatriya. So he's admitting to Krishna. He's surrendering to Krishna. He's saying, yes, Krishna, I admit, Karpanya dosho pahata swabhava. My natural duty is I am a kshatriya, but I am forgetting my duty. Therefore, I become a miser. Karpanya dosho pahata swabhava is like I'm becoming a miser. I'm, Srila Prabhupada in his lecture, he said once, to become disciple means no more argument, says Srila Prabhupada in his purport. When we talk friendly way, there is argument, you can have counter argument. When you're in friendship, you do that, right? But when there is an order from Guru, there is no more argument. So therefore, Arjuna says, Karpanya dosho pahata swabhava. Actually, my behavior should be exactly like a kshatriya, like a warrior. I should be fighting for the just cause. But in this case, I'm denying to fight. I'm not wanting to fight. So I'm kripna. Kripna means what? One who does not properly use his position. He doesn't want to use his position. He's a kshatriya. Like, for example, if one is very rich, okay, but he does not want to use his money. He's simply looking at his money all the time. He's a miser. What's the point of having so much money when you're just sitting and looking at your money? Similarly, Arjuna is very powerful. He can fight. He's a kshatriya, but he's denying his ability. I have become kripna, I've become miser. Although I've got strength, I'm denying to fight. Although I've got, like, say, the rich man has got money, but he doesn't want to spend. This called kripna. So karpanya dosho pahata swabha, I'm infected with karpanya dosha, he says. So what is your duty? If you go to a person, like, suppose you are not well, you are having some kind of sickness. Where do you go? You go to a physician, right? And you ask him, what to do, sir? Please, can you help me? I'm suffering with this disease. Please tell me. So this is your duty. When you're sick, you go to a doctor. Similarly, when we are confused in our duties or we forget our duties, it is very nice, it is good, it is advisable to go to a superior person and ask him what to do. So who can be a superior person than Krishna? So Arjuna says, Prichami tvam. Prichami tvam means please tell. I'm asking you. Please tell, because it is my duty. I'm now falling from my duty. I don't understand. I'm so confused. It's not good. So I have to ask somebody who is superior to me. That is my duty. So I'm asking you. So Arjuna surrenders in this. That's why this is also very important. He realizes he's weak. He's taking shelter of Bhagavan. Now that there is a change in relationship, so knowledge is going to be transferred. Okay, so Bhagavan. So now he is surrendered to Krishna. So this is, so many people have surrendered in the Puranas. You can see that from Shastras also. This is Gajendra Moksham. Anybody knows about this story? Gajendra.
Ma'am, the elephant was a disciple of Krishna, and this
Yes.
crocodile मतलब वो उनके पैर पकड़ लेता है एलिफेंट के, तो फिर वो कृष्ण जी को बुलाते हैं, तो फिर कृष्ण जी आते हैं उनकी हेल्प करने के लिए.
Very nice, very nice. So second picture. Anyone? Brahma Vimohana Leela. Anyone remembers this one?
Brahma is glorifying the Krishna.
Sorry?
Brahma is glorifying Krishna.
Brahma is glorifying Krishna.
Yeah.
Brahma Vimona is where he crushes, what happens?
Brahma.
Krishna smashes Brahma's ego in this story. Here, in this story, what happens? Brahma is seeing Lord Krishna, a small child playing. And he's thinking, how can Krishna be, playing like this? He's like simple person. He cannot be Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he tests Krishna in this, and then Krishna really troubles Brahma by making what Brahma does, when Krishna is playing with so many gopis and all, Brahmaji comes and he kidnaps all the gopis and takes them away. And then I'm just telling in short, you can read this story. It is Brahma Vimohana Leela. And then Krishna comes back. He goes to see some cows and something. Then when he comes back, he says, oh no, Gopi is there. he understands, okay, this is Brahma's thing. Brahma is trying to test me, whether I am Supreme Personality of Godhead or not. He says, okay, fine. What does he do? He makes his own copy. He produces many gopis. And then he's playing. Brahma, after 1 year, he just looks down, says, again so many gopis? How come? And then he suddenly realizes what has happened. Then he comes down and he asks for forgiveness from Krishna. And then he says, Krishna, I'm so sorry. I did not know. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And smashes Brahma's ego. He says, I can show you so many Brahmas are there. Krishna calls so many Brahmas. And when Brahma looks around, there are so many Brahmas around him from different universes. He is completely smashed. His ego is smashed here. And Gajendra Moksha is an elephant who was Indradyumna in the previous birth. So he left his kingdom after some years. And then he goes and he starts meditating in forest on Lord Vishnu. One day a saint comes to the hut of Indradyumna. King does not notice the arrival of that saint. He was deep in meditation. So the sage got very angry and he thought king is purposely insulting him, and he cursed him to become an elephant. Now he became an elephant. He was roaming around in the forest, and then one herd of elephants challenged him, and he kind of defeated them. And then he became the king of elephants, called Gajendra. And he became very arrogant in that, in that character, and egoistic, because he was controlling the strongest animals in the forest. So once he was drinking water in the river, a crocodile caught Gajendra's leg and then refused to leave it. And soon other elephants who were around him started slowly deserting him, saying that, okay, he was, going to die or what. Gajendra was left alone to fight with the crocodile. Trying so many methods, suddenly he realized that only Lord Vishnu can save him. And then he prays to Lord Vishnu. That's Gajendra Stotram also. And soon Lord Vishnu appears and before him, and Gajendra, he plucks a lotus and then offers to Narayana. Then he is instantly released from the grip of the crocodile. Crocodile is also, who in previous life. And this is like Gajendra Moksha can be saying, one of the saint wrote somewhere that Gajendra Moksha is like a symbolic story. Egoistic soul is like elephant. As long as we are young, healthy, wealthy, we feel many people love us and we become very egoistic. Crocodile, symbolically, if you see, it represents death, which ends everything. When we are caught in the jaws of death, there is no one who can save us. Friends flee, relatives disappear, our own body fails like miserably. So like elephant in the story, the only solution from suffering is to turn towards Lord. In the moment of when we completely surrender to God, God will come to help us. He will destroy death. He will release our soul from the clutches of death, right? Then we have this Prahlad Narsimha story. Everybody knows about Hiranyakashipu, right? How Prahlad was saved by Narayana, right? And then Hanuman, great bhakt of Lord Rama. So they are all central characters, great examples of complete surrender. So now Arjuna also completely surrenders, like, how does Lord Krishna show us how to become a good teacher? What does he do? So you can see that. Tamuvacha Hrishikeshaha prahasenniva bharata senayor madhye vishidantamidam vachaha.
O descendant of Bharata, at that
You have to
time
speak a
Krishna
little loudly,
smiling-
Pranjal. Voice is very soft.
Sure, Mataji. O descendant of Bharata, at that time Krishna, smiling in the midst of both the armies, spoke the following words to the grief-stricken Arjuna.
So now in the middle of the army, Krishna is smiling very nicely. And Tamuvacha Hrishikesha, he says, Hrishikesha is Krishna, master of senses. He tells. So here he tells Gudakesha, Tenayor Ubayor Madhye Vishidanta Midam Vachaha. He tells about how to, till now the talk was between intimate friends, Rishikesha and Gudakesha. Gudakesha means what? Gudaka means sleep. And one who conquers sleep is called Gudakesha. Arjuna conquered, and sleep also means kind of ignorance also. Arjuna had conquered both sleep and ignorance, right? He was following the guidelines of dharma given by elders and Krishna. So that is why till now intimate talks were going on between Krishna and Arjuna. So as friends, both of them were at the same level, but now one of them has, surrendered. So Krishna is smiling because our friend has chosen to become a disciple. And being the Lord, he is superior position, right? He's the master. Yet Lord agrees to be a friend also. Whatever we want him to be, he will be like that, a son, a lover, a devotee, a friend, right? So when he accepted as the master, he at once assumed the role of the master, and with seriousness also, right? So now talks of Bhagavad Gita are not, generally it's not for any particular society or community. It's for all of us, everyone. So what do we learn here? Whenever we have difficult situation in life, when you have difficult decision-making situation, remember, go to a perfect authority and you will find all the answers to this and solutions, right? So Krishna's quality as a great teacher is don't scold. He only, he doesn't scold, he just smiles. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Ashocyananvashocastvam Pragyavadamscha Bhashase Gatasu Nagatasumscha Nanushocanti Panditaha.
The blessed Lord said, while speaking learned words, you are mourning for what is not worthy of grief. Those who are wise lament neither for the living nor the dead. Krishna's quality as a teacher, bend not, don't break.
So Lord has taken the position of a teacher now, right? So he's his quality of a great teacher. He says, bend, but don't break. Don't. He's chastising his student. He's saying, what is it? Indirectly saying like a fool. He is you're talking like a learned man, but you do not know. The one who is learned, he knows that what is body, what is soul. You don't lament for any stage of the body, neither in the living nor in the dead condition. So Arjuna is lamenting for something which was unworthy of lamentation. So Krishna is chastising him. He says the body is born and it is destined to be, destroyed or vanquished today or tomorrow or any time. We don't know when the body will go away. Therefore, body is not as important as soul. That is what Krishna is trying to tell us. One who knows this is a learned man. This body is temporary, soul is permanent, right? And there is no cause for lamentation. We have to keep telling ourselves every day, regardless of the condition of this material body. So Lord Krishna is the best teacher. Why? Because the whole chapter, when not even one shloka did he speak, silent. First, best teacher means they listen. Listening skill is there. Then he is giving knowledge of Gita, not only when Arjuna has surrendered completely. Till then he is quiet. The moment he surrenders, he says, I am your disciple, he starts telling. He will smile. There is no anger at Arjuna. And then he says, bend, but don't break. Don't get heartbroken. And he answers all his questions in short immediately. He keeps encouraging Arjuna. See, so many good qualities of a very good teacher, and gives Arjuna choice. Do as you like. There is no force. He will tell everything. He will give all the advice. Ultimately, he'll say, Arjuna, do what you want to do, right? So those are the qualities of a very good teacher. So whenever Lord Krishna speaks, Bhagavad Gita says, Shri Bhagavanu Vacha. Why does Krishna says, Bhagavad Gita says Bhagavan Uvacha, not Krishna Uvacha? Anybody knows?
Ma'am, because from now onwards, Arjuna has surrendered, and from now this conversation is between the God and the disciple and not between two friends.
Yeah, very nice. But Bhagavan, nowhere in any Shastra you will see any God being told as Bhagavan except Krishna. Because who is Bhagavan? We have to understand that, because Bhagavan has 6 opulences. What are those opulences? Aishwaryasya, Samagrasya, Virasya, Yashasa, Shriyaha, Jnana, Vairagya, Yoshchaiva, Chanam Bhaga Itirina. Means what? Who has got absolute Aishwaryasya. absolute wealth. He's got the whole Srishti, unlimited Srishti. Everything is his. In chapter 7, he says, Mattav parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya mai sarvamidam proktam sutre manigana iva. Everything is mine. Everything. Then second is Viryasya. He took Rukmani very nicely. He took away in front of everybody, right? he was fearless. Yashas means what? He had complete fame. Beauty, very beautiful also. Yashas means what? Very beautiful. Then he had Shreyas also. Very, Brahma Samhitam says, Venum Konantam Aravinda Dayalataksham Barahavatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam. Then Kandar Pakoti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindam Adi Purusham Tam Aham Bhajami. He's Brahmaji is describing Krishna's beauty. Like he's having flute, he has got, his eyes are like lotus petals, his head is decked with peacock feathers, he has got a great figure of beauty. His color is so beautiful, like blue. His loveliness is so charming, like, millions of cupids can, instead of that, such a Govinda I worship, he says. He has got knowledge. No one knows how much yashas he has, how much gyan he has. That is why he is able to tell us Bhagavad Gita, right? He has knowledge. So in chapter, I think 9, he says, Maya tatamidam sarvam jagata vyakta murtina matstani sarva bhutani nachaham teshva vastitaha. He says everything is, my unmanifested form. This entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. He says like, it's like PM, Prime Minister, any Prime Minister you say, he's running the whole show, he's taking care of the whole country, but he can't be with each one of us, right? Similar, someone, asked why Bhagavad Gita was not told to Duryodhana. He would have improved. But yes, was he in that mood to receive? Krishna went for peace talks. What happened? Did he take it positively? No. Then, Jnanam, Vairagya. Vairagya means renunciation. In chapter 18, he has said, I have told you whatever I had to tell you. Now you decide whatever is right for you. You decide. Srila Prabhupada always says in his purport, Krishna accepted the post of a charioteer. You see, he is Bhagavan and he accepted the post of charioteer. That shows his opulence of renunciation, right? So that is why he is Bhagavan. Why? Because he is having all 6. Absolute beauty, absolute wealth, absolute fame, absolute strength, absolute knowledge, and absolute sacrifice. Now you tell me, our vision is not perfect. We cannot see Bhagavan. Why? Because with these eyes, we cannot see Bhagavan. Okay, what can you see on the screen right now? Who will tell me? What can you see? What is there on the screen right now? Can you see something? Anything?
Reflection.
Yeah. What all can you see on that? Yes, reflection. What else can you see?
The
What do you
sky,
see? Simply what do you see in the screen?
sun, sky, water,
Water, sky,
Waves,
Yes.
sky reflection,
sky,
sun,
reflection.
Sun.
Yes. What else can you see?
Sun is hidden
Sun.
behind
Ma'am,
the
this is
clouds.
the beauty made by the God.
Beauty. Then no, in the picture, what do you see? Sun, you
Cloud
said.
also.
River,
Cloud.
the water, you said.
Distant mountain also probably.
Moya, distant mountain also probably. White. What is white? Clouds? Clouds probably.
Sun
Yeah.
behind
You
the
can
clouds.
see very
Sun.
far, right? Everything is very far.
sunlight.
So we are going on a drive. So what do we see? We see clouds, we see land, we see sky. Now we go little closer, okay? Let's see what we can see. What can you see now?
You can see a tree.
You can
Tree.
see, right? What you saw from far, you didn't see the tree clearly. It was there. But now went little closer. We have driven little closer. We can see the tree. Now we go more closer. What do you see now?
You see the bird,
Now you
parrot.
see on the tree, a bird is there.
Yeah.
Bird is,
Correct.
what is bird doing? It is eating
Eating
a
fruit.
fruit.
It's eating a
Now,
fruit.
what do we understand from this? We understand that
You have to go nearer
when you
to
see
God.
from far, you see just a light. When you go a little closer, you will see four-handed Paramatma. And if you go much closer, you will see Krishna. Like, for example, you have two friends, okay? They are very new. So you just know their name. You don't know where they live, what their parents do. Nothing, you don't know. So that is why like this. Now this is your new friends. You don't know them. You have just seen, you're completely new. You don't know. Now you go little bit, you become little closer to that friend. So now, then you come to know about four-handed Paramatma. You know a little bit about your friend. Okay, he lives in so and so place. Oh, he lives in that city. Okay, he lives in that area. Okay, that you come to know little bit about it. Then slowly you become more closer to that friend. Then what happens? You come to know, oh, parents, his hobbies, what he likes, what he dislikes, and who are his parents, who are his siblings. You start playing with them. That is Bhagavan. So first light is Brahman realization. Second light is Chaturbhuja Paramatma, who is in our soul, with our soul, super soul. And third is Bhagavan realization, which is Shyam Sundar Roop with peacock feather, Krishna, right? And Krishna is watching us. He is there in our heart. He knows everything what we are doing. So we have three stages of realization. What is that? Number one is Brahman realization. Second is Paramatma realization, which is the super soul. And third is Bhagavan realization. Srila Prabhupada in his purport, he explained this with giving the example of sun. For example, he says that sun is the main sun rays is Brahman realization. So he says Brahman, or it's impersonal, all pervasive spirit. And Paramatma is localized aspect of Supreme. And Bhagavan is the Supreme Personality of Krishna. So he gives the example of sun by saying that, it is sunshine, sun surface, and sun planet. Sunshine. It's one studies the sunshine. He is just a preliminary student. First step. Then one who understands the sun surface, he has gone further advanced. And the one who can enter into the sun planet is the highest. So ordinary students who are satisfied with simply understanding the sunshine, they will be, all three are Paramatma, all three are stages of Bhagavan only. These are all stages, different phases, not in the same category. They are all three steps of finding Supreme. All are great, but Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. All the bhakts want Bhagavan realization, devotees. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantara praptir dhiras tatra na muhyati.
As the embodied soul continually passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. The self-realized soul is not bewildered by such a change.
So every living entity is an individual soul, right? Who am I? You don't have a soul. You are a soul. We say we have a body, we are soul, right? And we have a body. It is temporarily. Not that I am the body. You're not the body. You're a soul. So every living entity, it's an individual soul. Each is changing his body. Every moment. First you're a child, then you're youth, then old man. Same spirit soul is there. Spirit soul will never change. And it is there and it does not undergo any change. Individual soul, what happens? Finally changes the body at death. Death is the time when it will change the body. Then it will transmigrate into another body. Since it is sure to have another body in the next birth, right? It may have a material body, spiritual body. You may become Devata, you may become Brahma according to your karma, but you will get a body. So there is no cause for any lamentation for Arjuna. No need to be sad. Because on account of death also, even if they get death, Bhishma or Drona, they're already so old. Their body has become so old. He doesn't have to get concerned. He should be happy. In fact, they will change their bodies. They will, from old body, they'll get a new one. Like if the cloth becomes very old, I can throw and I can buy a new one, right? I'll be more happy. Would you be happier to get new clothes, or you will be sad to get new clothes? You'll be happier, right? So he's rejoicing. So he should rejoice for Bhishma and Drona also. So in either case, he should be very happy. So Krishna answers Arjuna's question by giving that compassion. He said, I'm feeling so compassionate for them. He said, no, we are not the body, we are soul. So don't worry, their bodies are old. They will get a new body. Don't worry about it. Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha, na chainam kledayantyapah, na shoshayati marutaha.
The soul can never be cut into pieces by any weapon, nor can be burned by fire, nor moistened by water, nor withered by the wind.
Can soul be destroyed? It cannot be destroyed. All kinds of weapons, so many weapons. We have swords, flame weapons, rain weapons, tornado weapons, so many weapons. Nothing can kill spirit soul. It appears like there are so many weapons, right? They were made up of earth, water, air, so many. So many modern weapons were there of fire. Even nuclear weapons of the modern age are classified as fire weapons, as such. But formally, they were weapons made up of all different kinds of material elements. Fire weapons were counteracted by water weapons. When fire weapons were shot, water weapons were shot. Now, which are unknown to this modern science right now. Modern scientists don't even know what tornado weapons used to be in those days. They were very, very, very scientific and all. Anyway, soul, here it says, Nainam chindanti shastrani. Na ainam. Ainam means soul. Chindanti cannot be destroyed by shastrani, means by any weapon. Na ainam dahati pavaka. The soul cannot be burnt by any fire. Na chainam kledayantyapah. Na che ainam means soul. Cannot be moistened by water. Cannot be. And na shoshayati marutaha. It cannot be dried by the wind also. Srila Prabhupada in his lectures say that there is a distinction of the soul being spirit. You can take anything in this material world, anything, they can burn it. Anything you take it. It's the question of temperature only. Just what temperature you have to put to burn it. Anything you can take. Iron can be burned. Metal, any hard thing, it can be burned. Just the temperature is the only condition there. But here it is said soul cannot be burned. It is stronger than iron stone. It's very fragmental, very minute, atomic portion. It cannot be burned. Just imagine what God has created. So what is the life lesson we learn over here? We cannot escape any miseries by exploiting or destroying our bodies. Don't try to destroy. People go and do suicide. It's waste. Why are you destroying your body? It's nothing. You will again have to come back. Don't destroy. Modern scientists, they're thinking that there cannot be any life in sun globe. They're wrong, actually. There is life. We get information from Vedic scriptures that there is life. They are human beings like us. They are made up of fire. We are made up of material elements like earth. That's all. It's Krishna says, Nainam dahati pavakaha. The spirit soul cannot be burned. So we have to understand. Atheists also think like that, when body is burnt, everything is burnt, everything is gone, finish. Big professors think like that. But here Krishna says, Nainam dahati pavakaha. We have to understand that point. Avacyavadamscha bahun vadishyanti tavahitaha nindantastav samarthyam tato dukkataram nukim hato vapsasi swargam jitva vabokshase smahim tasmat dushchitta kaunteya yuddhaya krita nishchayaha.
Your enemies will describe you in many unkind words and scorn your ability. What could be more painful for you? O son of Kunti, either you will be killed on the battlefield and attain the heavenly planets, or you will conquer and enjoy the earthly kingdom. Therefore, get up and fight with determination.
Lord is very surprised, astonished at the beginning. Arjuna, what is he doing? Why is he saying compassion and all? He's saying, being compassion and all, it is non-Aryan, it is not Kshatriya. He's trying to tell him, what are you saying, compassion? He's trying to give answers to that so-called compassion. So even though there was no certainty of victory for Arjuna's side, we don't know whether he will be victorious or not, but still you have to fight, right? You can't run away from the war. For Krishna says, for even if you have to be killed there, you will be elevated to heavenly planets, and if you win, you will anyway be crowned, right? You will get a kingdom. So Krishna says in two ways. If you don't fight, then your enemies will blaspheme you. Avachya vadamshcha bahum means they will concord, they will blaspheme you, they will say different things to you. You are becoming like, very much sorry state. If you are defamed by your enemies, it's better, be defamed. If you are blasphemed, defamed by your enemies, better getting that, you better die in the fight. Die. By dying, you are not a loser, because hatova prapsasi swargam. Even if you die, don't think you are going to be a loser, because immediately you will be promoted to heavenly planets, because you have fought like a soldier. You're fighting for the right cause. That is why don't worry. Both ways you are profited. If you win, you will go to heaven. Neha vikramanaşosti pratyavayo na vidyate swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat.
In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear.
Your voice is coming very soft, Pranjal. Check your mic, okay? So he says you have nothing to lose over here. There is a story. Srila Prabhupada talks about one story that in deity room, a lamp was burning. And like a lamp, oil lamp has to be watched. Whenever oil is less, you have to keep pouring the oil. So sometimes the wick has to be pushed up so that it keeps burning. So there was this lamp was almost going to extinguish now. Like it was going to go off. In the meantime, a rat came over there and he thought something eatable, maybe something to eat. So he touched with mouth. Simply by touching with mouth, the wick got pushed and it started burning nicely. Simply by that action, he got salvation. Just try to understand. Because he gave small service to the deity. That's it. There's so many instances. Swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhahat. Krishna consciousness business is so nice, Whatever you do sincerely, it will never be lost. Permanent. Either you do 1%, 2%, 50%, whatever you do. Next life, sure you're going to be, going to Krishna. But even if you are unable to finish the whole course, still whatever you have done, you will get some credit. So the life lesson that we get over here is, these miseries that we get in our life, they are simply symptoms of imbalance. We have to pause. We have to reflect. Then we have to balance, completely balance it. He said, right, sinful activities. He says, no, any devotional activity is not a sin. Then vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha kuru nandana bahusha kayanantascha buddhaya vyavasayinam.
Those who are on this path are resolute in purpose, and their aim is one. O beloved child of the Kuru, the intelligence of those who are irresolute is many branched.
So serve the Lord with determination here. You have to have strong faith. You have to have Krishna consciousness. Vyavasayatmika buddhi. You have to be Krishna consciousness completely. Vasudevam sarvam iti sah mahatma sudurlabha. A person in Krishna consciousness is a very rare good soul who knows perfectly that, Vasudeva or Krishna, he is the root cause of all the causes. By watering the root of the tree, one automatically distributes the water to the leaves, to the branches. So if we can pray to Krishna, we get everything. Everything we will get. Just pray to Krishna and you will get everything. But you have to have a spiritual master who will help us, who will guide us how to move towards that. But if we are firmly like Arjuna in this picture, please mute yourself, Jyoti Mataji, or whoever it is. Jyoti Mataji, please mute yourself. Arjuna, he was aiming at the eye of the bird. with just firmly, mind is fixed firmly. You know, he is not focusing here and there, just at the eye, by the guidance of his spiritual master. That is what we should do. How do we know whose consciousness has merged into transcendence? Krishna says such a person speaks only about, Guru says such a person speaks only about Krishna and of matters related to, he wants to be balanced, Titadir Muni, nothing else. That kind of person we need to become. So balance our mind. No small service done for Krishna is ever wasted. Karman nevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturbu ma te sangostva karmani.
The Lord advised that Arjuna not be inactive, but that he perform his prescribed duty without being attached to the result.
Yeah, Lord is telling, Krishna is telling, don't be inactive, Arjuna. You have to, be a role model. So don't be inactive. He is advised by the Lord to fight as a matter of duty. Don't be attached to the result, just fight. So he says, don't bother about what you're doing. Just perform your duty. Be equipoised. Sitadir Muni. Abandon all your attachment that you have, whether it is success or failure. Don't get attached to success. Don't get attached to failure. Don't be like that. And that such equanimity is called yoga. So what do we learn from this shloka is, we have two duties. One is swadharma. We have to take care of our body. We have to take care of our family. We have to take care of our job, everything. And then there is second duty. That duty is towards the soul. And what is that? Towards God. Chanting Lord Krishna's name, reading Bhagavad Gita. That is called Sanatana Dharma. One is Swadharma. Second is Sanatana Dharma. We have two duties towards us, right? Shri Bhagavan Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan atman yeva atmana tushtaha stita prajnasya dochyate dukkeshvanudvigna manaha sukheshu vigataspraha vitaragabhaya krodha stita dhirmuniruchyate.
The blessed Lord said, O Parartha, when a man gives up all varieties of sense desire which arise from mental concoction, and when his mind finds satisfaction in the self alone, then he is said to be in pure transcendental consciousness. One who is not disturbed in mind, even amidst the threefold miseries of elated when there is happiness, and who is free from attachment, fear, and anger, is called a sage of steady mind.
See, from this shlokas, we understand that if you are fully in Krishna consciousness, if you have done all good qualities, has good qualities of great sages, then no need to worry. Just take refuge in Krishna. That's it. So the moment we engage ourselves in Krishna consciousness without hesitation, this will instantly help us. It will help us to grow further. We will remain happy because we are always engaged positively, right? We are thinking about God all the time. So that even in Garuda Puran, it was stated that there is no end to wants. If he is a king, he wants to become an emperor of the whole world. If you are an emperor, he wants to become a devata or celestial god. If he is a devata, he wants to become the king of the devatas like Indra. And if you are Indra, he has a desire to become Brahma, the secondary create. There is no end to it. Thirst of material enjoyment will never get, it's unlimited. It's never gets satiated, That is why Sthita Dhir Muni Ruchyate means who is able to control his mind. Like I had explained earlier also. He doesn't care about whose opinion, his own opinion, and others' opinion. He is just interested in absolute truth. He's interested in Krishna. So some symptoms of such a person, very interesting. He accepts miseries as mercies of the Lord. God has his mercy. Whatever he is doing must be for my good. He doesn't bother. He says, it's okay. Whatever he has given me, I have nothing. I just will keep serving Krishna. That's it. He doesn't bother much. Look at Prahlad Maharaj is a great example. He was, tortured like anything, put into fire, but he was Sthitadir Muni Richite, balanced. Doesn't bother about anything. Just pray to God only. That's it. ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः संगस्तेषु उपजायते संगात् संजायते कामः कामात् क्रोधो विजायते.
While contemplating the objects of the senses, a person develops attachment for them, and from such attachment, lust develops, and from lust, anger arises.
So we have to, Srila Prabhupada says, you must utilize this opportunity for spiritual perfection. Otherwise, we'll suffer life after life. And with these material pangs, we'll keep on going on and on. There is, when Haridas Thakur was there, he was a young devotee of the Lord. He was allured by the incarnation of Maya Devi, but he easily passed the test. Why? Because he had unalloyed devotion of Lord Krishna. Who is a sincere devotee of Krishna, he shuns all these material enjoyments, everything, because he has a higher taste. What is that higher taste? For spiritual enjoyment, yeah? Because he is in the association of the Lord. When you get higher taste, for example, you have now Toyota, say Honda City, for example. Then you see Mercedes Benz, you're getting, somebody says, I'll give you Mercedes Benz. You get higher taste. Why will you like Honda City? You will like Mercedes Benz more. So the moment you get higher taste, the lower taste is gone. Now we are in this material world, material taste. The moment we get that association of the Lord, we get that divine taste, we'll forget about this material thing. We won't like it anymore, right? So we have to have that Sthitadir Muni Ruchate also. So we are missing this link of higher taste. We have to move on and get that higher taste. क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृति विभ्रमः स्मृति भ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशः बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति.
From anger, complete delusion arises, and from delusion, bewilderment of memory. When memory is bewildered, intelligence is lost, and when intelligence is lost, one falls down again into the material pool.
This is very, very dangerous, very, very dangerous. It's called Phalgu Vairagyam. Means, we are now some people, they think that we are in Krishna consciousness. We should not touch anything material. All material they will shun away. They will go and sit in one place. Nothing material. No. It's nothing like that. Lord Srila Prabhupada explains also. Like I'm using the laptop, I'm using the phone. If I'm using for Krishna, if I'm using it to teach Bhagavad Gita, no issues. These Mayavadis, they say, oh, we will not eat anything, these things should be eaten, this we should just simply eat very sada thing. No, you can cook very wonderfully, think you're cooking for the Lord, offer prasadam to God, offer bhoga to God, and then eat that prasadam. That's it. You enjoy, but everything for Lord, not for your sense gratification, right? But some Phalgu Vairagis, they think that, oh, we have to just leave everything and go away just to, think of God. No, it's so easy. Nothing. This network, this internet, laptop, headphones, all these are material, but we are using it for Krishna consciousness. We cannot avoid it, right? So many people are benefiting out of it. Prasadam also. Everybody, we can give it to everyone by offering it to God. After that, everyone can eat. So it's fine. We are in Krishna consciousness. Nothing wrong in that. So we should not think about like those Phalgu Vairagis, right? It is said that soul, even though it is rising up to the point of liberation, it falls down again due to not having enough support in devotional service. So devotional service is very, very important. So what happens is he gets frustrated. He is not able to find anything. He's frustrated. He gets angry. From angry, delusion arises. From delusion, then he has bewilderment of memory. Memory is bewildered. Intelligence is lost. Intelligence is lost. He falls down again into this material world. So it's a very, very dangerous position. You can see this. So what exactly is this? You dhyayate vishyan punsa. You get, attracted to the object. So for example, let's say there is a lady, there is a wedding anniversary coming up. Okay. So wife starts getting excited. That is number one, object of senses. What is that? Wedding anniversary. Number two, attachment. So she's getting excited, thinking about what surprise my husband will give, He may take me to Switzerland, So number two, so getting attached. Attachment to what? Sangaste shupajayate, attachment. Now she starts finding out information about Switzerland. Oh, she will go into Google and then she will start comparing. My friend went to see Taj Mahal, But soon, I will see. So what happens? Third one, lust is developing. She is wanting, now I will go do this, I will do that. The lust starts developing. Then poor husband, he's busy in his office schedule, meetings. He is completely forgotten. Men tend to forget, these wedding anniversaries and birthdays. So you can imagine what would have happened. Number 4, anger. Wife is soaking up in her complete anger now because he has forgotten. So number 5, what is happening? Delusion. She's completely deluged. She's having false belief. What is this? What is he doing? She's moving around the house pretending to be busy. So number 6 is happening. Bewilderment of memory. In anger, she doesn't even remember to cook also. She's just left everything. She's so angry, completely wild. Number 7, she loses her intelligence also. She goes out on a walk. She leaves everything. And she refuses to discriminate between what is right and what is wrong. She's not even thinking properly. She's so angry. So ultimately, 8, what is happening? Falls down. Means what? She's crying so miserably. She decides to go for a divorce. I just don't want to live in this house, thinking that this life is just hell. What is this? Just for what? Simple object of sense. This is just an crude example that I'm kind of giving. So what is the life lesson that we are learning? Beware of damaging thoughts. These thoughts, I tell you, it can go haywire. And as it gets converted into cruel plans, it will make the cruelest plan possible. And you may end up regretting for that action. So this is something very, very, very important that Krishna has told us over here. Dhyayate vishayan punsa sangasteshu upajayate sangat sanjayate kama kamat krodho vijayate krodhat bhavati sammohaha sammohat smriti vibhramaha smriti bhramshat buddhinashat pranashyati. He is given total all the steps. So we have to learn from this Bhagavad Gita. So what did we understand in this? We have 2 duties. Duty towards our gross body and our subtle body, right? We have gross body, we have to take care of our body, family, job, etc. And then soul, keep chanting and read Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. Who am I? I am a soul and I have a body, not I am a body. I am a soul. Then how to manage crisis? Whenever you have crisis in your life and you are not able to make a decision, you should go to a superior person and surrender. For sustained happiness, you want to be happy throughout your life, 8 steps of failure, you always remember that these are the 8 steps of failure, and you need to go for a higher taste. From Toyota City, Honda City, you have to go to Mercedes Benz. Okay, so that is what you have to remember. So this is what we have learned. Krishna has told, why did Arjuna not want to fight? Compassion. Krishna says, we are not the body. No enjoyment. He says, you die, you go to heaven, you win, you get the kingdom. Fear of sinful activities, he says no. Devotional activity, no sin. Destruction of family tradition, he says no. Be a role model to prevent Varna Sankara. He's not able to decide. He says you serve the Lord with firm determination, everything can happen. That's what he elaborately tells. So you can see, if you are searching for happiness, read Bhagavad Gita. Feeling restless, read Bhagavad Gita. You want to seek the meaning of life, read Bhagavad Gita. Want to be a better person, read Bhagavad Gita. Do you feel something missing in life? Read Bhagavad Gita. If you are feeling lonely, read Bhagavad Gita. Vancha kalpatarupasya kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So thus we have come to the